Yes, people, back again a few minutes after the F1 stream. If you haven't checked the F1 stream out, make sure you guys go check it out. We did a season preview of the F1 season that's coming up in 2025. The F1 season is just around the corner, so that one we've done the preview for. And now we're back doing the Premier League show. Obviously, today is no preview. It's going to be FA Cup weekend. We're just going to do the Premier League review show after the Premier League game week that ended, the midweek game week that ended. Josh, how you doing, bro? Obviously, another more drop points for Arsenal, unfortunately. But how are you doing other than that?
Well, outside of football, life is getting serious in terms of exams and whatnot. In terms of, normal life stuff going on. Nothing too concerning. Just, life goes on. It has its stresses and whatnot, and I'm currently in the midst of that. And in terms of football, obviously watching Arsenal at the minute, or watching Arsenal all season, doesn't really improve the mood, does it? So, I guess you could say the same about Manchester United as well. But apart from that, I'm still, holding in there.
Speaking of Arsenal, the current United Arsenal under 18s are playing each other in the FA Cup. That's interesting. But yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button.
They probably knock us out in there as well.
Sorry? No, you guys are 2-1 up right now. You guys are 2-1 up.
We probably won't put anything past this club, mate, honestly.
You guys hitting the like button, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you guys, I did share Josh's article a few weeks ago, so make sure you guys if you haven't done so. I will share it again if Josh, you want to send it over. I could definitely share it for you again if you like. But yeah,
don't worry. Too late.
Let's get straight into the Premier League show. Obviously, which game you want to start off first? Liverpool. I mean, send the up at the top. I didn't watch the Liverpool game, but do you want to watch the? Do you want to talk about the Arsenal game first and just get it out of the way, and then I'll talk about the United game.
Oh yes, I would love to get it off my chest. I was thinking during the week, like thinking about this podcast. I was thinking about this podcast, like, isn't it funny how we pretty much repeat the same things about our club week after week? Every single podcast, we're saying the same things over and over again. We do this podcast next week. It's going to be the same regarding our clubs.
Yeah.
We do our next football stream next month. It's going to be the same thing. We don't touch you don't do a Premier League review until next year. It's going to be the same with our clubs. Now, granted, you might have another Europa League in the cabinet or another FA Cup in the cabinet by then. But overall, like in terms of our ownership, in terms of our fan base, in terms of our mentality as a club or as clubs, what's going to change? So that kind of dawned on me during the week, especially during the Nottingham Forest game, because the thing is, when you look at it in isolation, when you put the season into context, it's actually not a bad point whatsoever. When you consider the amount of injuries that we do have, and there's no mistake about that. To keep a clean sheet against a team that's flying at the moment, a team that's pushing Champions League football and has been free scoring all season. Very, very good result in isolation, I say. But the bad thing about the result is what led to that. No reinforcements in the summer or in January, but particularly the summer, that was a particular sore point. Having to play a defensive midfielder up front, having to play a 17-year-old on the right. Raheem Sterling is our only attacker off the bench that Arteta seems to trust for some reason. He's not even giving chances to the youngsters. We're bringing on full-backs in order to try and swing the game in our favour. Having said that, our best chance of the game fell in the first half, thanks to a left-back. It just shows where we are at this point. We had our left-back playing up front for the majority of the first half. But then he got booked, so he had to be taken off because you know what happens with us this season. We're going to get him sent off if he's not taken off ASAP. I thought Forest were particularly poor, and I think that was in part due to the fact that we did control the game in terms of possession, not even in terms of chances created, but in terms of just keeping possession, keeping them at arm's length. They didn't really do anything, and in a way, I was disappointed because they're so much better than what they showed. But at the end of the day, they're going to be happy with a point against the team in second, aren't they? So fair play to Forest for that. But yet again, it's just not being able to score goals from our perspective, not being able to perform when it matters. And I said my piece last stream, like this manager, these players, under this ownership, it's never going to change at this rate. I've still got the quote from last stream under my name. I didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies, and that is the root issue into everything going on at this football club. I don't know if you saw earlier today, but they've released some Chinese style merch, Arsenal related merch, something like that, for about £550.
Oh my
Like
days,
you
bro.
convert that to Thai baht. That's jeez. Like what's you?
That is hella
Who in their right mind is spending 550 quid on that?
Bro, let me
Yeah,
convert that. £550. You said £5, right? You said you said
£550. Convert that to Thai baht.
23,640.
£550.
Fucking hell! 23,000 baht, 24,000 baht. That is crazy. That is hella expensive. Who's gonna?
And I'm sorry, but this exactly.
Sorry.
No one, like I said, Akvin, no one in their right mind is going to spend money on that.
No one's going to spend.
And yet, it goes down to the root issue. At the end of the day, I understand why football clubs are run as a business, but at the end of the day, they are also football clubs. They're competing in elite sports. Why on earth is your main priority releasing these plastic pots that cost 550 quid when we've been on a trophy drought for 5 years? We haven't won our domestic title in 21 years, going on 22, because we're not catching up Liverpool. Come on, I said that how many months ago?
No FA Cup.
It just shows where the club is at. It shows
no league trophy in 31 years. Sorry, not like no European trophy in 31 years. No FA Cup trophy in 5. League Cup 30. League Cup, I said 30, right? League Cup 30. No league in 21.
About 33 years since we last won the League Cup as well. It just shows misplaced priorities with the club, you know. And
21 years since you last won the 21 years since you last won the league.
Exactly. Like I said, Akvin, misplaced priorities. And I'm sick of saying it every single bloody stream, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change. You know? Nothing like I said earlier, it's just not going to change.
Nothing's going to change.
Yeah, so it's like... True, yeah. I understand what you mean. It's like supporting this club is a humiliation ritual. It's like you're constantly embarrassed season after season, particularly at the business end. It's just pathetic. And like, what's our last chance of the trophy? The Champions League.
Champions League.
Champions League. Our last chance of the trophy. Nonsense.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't even see you getting past PSV now. I think I might just change my prediction. I'm going to go with PS. I think PSV going to go through. I genuinely think it might happen now. So I think Arsenal just lost all the confidence. And I think all the confidence is gone with Arsenal. I think the confidence is not there. I think momentum's slowly swinging away, especially with the injuries, with the chemistry up top. You know, Saka's not going to come back for a while. You know, you've got Havertz out injured, even though I don't think he's a good player. Still, he was one of your, you know, Arteta's key players. You know, you've got who else is out now? Gabriel Jesus, who was hitting form and then, you know, got injured. Who else am I missing?
Gabriel Martinelli.
Martinelli is okay. Martinelli wasn't doing well, but then now he started to pick up form. But other than that, bro, like you've got nobody up top, and that's the biggest issue. You can't keep on relying on Mikel Merino after he scored a brace against Leicester, bro. Mikel Merino scored a brace against relegation fodder Leicester, bro. Harry Maguire scored a goal against Leicester City. That's how bad it is. Harry fucking Maguire scored a goal against Leicester City. That's what I mean, bro.
It's just, you know, it almost looks as if these players are fed up with the manager. It's like they've realised that they're pretty much wasting their time under him. That's the impression I got. It's like I said, it's a humiliation ritual. I feel embarrassed supporting this club, genuinely. And I have done for the majority of my life. I don't know why the hell. I should have just stuck with Norwich, because at least disappointment would have been like, it's Norwich. But with Arsenal, you have that degree of expectation as a fan, because you think of that I wasn't alive to see all the good times, but you think of all the good times and you yearn for those times to be back, but they never will come, unfortunately. So, and I take it it's the same with United as well. At least you've seen, 3 league titles you mentioned last stream?
Three league
That's
titles.
something. Yeah. So,
Three
yeah,
league titles.
but
League final. Us winning 2 FA Cups, losing 2 FA Cup finals. Us winning 2 League Cups. I've seen I've seen us lose a Community Shield. I've seen us lose 2 Community Shield games. I've seen us win a few Community Shield games. I've seen us lose a UEFA Super Cup final. I've seen us lose a Europa League final. I've been through so much with this club, man, and trust me, I know it's shit, but I love my club. And the only thing I want is just the best. We all want the best for our clubs. We say things that might not suit other fans' agendas, but that does not make us any less of a fan. That doesn't make Josh any less of an Arsenal fan. It doesn't make me any less of a United fan. We have every given right to support whoever we want. As long as we give our opinions, nobody can say, "Oh, but get out of our club, go support someone else." You can't be controlled by somebody else by words on the screen. Words on the screen ain't gonna tell you to go support another club. That's your own decision to go support another club if you want to. But that's not gonna happen because you know why? We're loyal fans. Talking about our opinions, giving it all, giving our truest opinions. Sharing how we feel about our beloved football clubs. And over the years, it's just not gone great for United Arsenal. It's been dull. It's just been dull. We've been battling for top 4. We used to battle for titles. Now we're battling for top 4. We may not even battle for top 4 right now. We're battling for a top half finish. That's how bad it is. That we're just exactly the same like you guys were a few years ago, like under Mikel Arteta's first full season. You guys were about we're 15th in December. We're 15th in March. This is, bro, where I am right now is already March. Yeah, I've said this 3 times.
I've got a few hours yet.
Bro, it's already March where I am, and guess what? Yeah, it's still peak for United. We're still in a really bad position right now.
We're not getting relegated because
we ain't we ain't getting relegated. That's certain.
Unfortunately,
but a massive rebuild needs to be done in the summer. We need to spend a hell of a lot of money. We need to try and attract the best players as possible. We need to throw money at anyone we can. But yeah, sorry, continue what you're saying, bro.
Oh no, it's what you're talking about with United there. Like I've said it before, I've said it countless times before. Both our clubs suffer from the same issues.
Yeah.
Genuinely, both our clubs suffer from the same issues. You are literally in the exact same position we were in 2021, Arteta's first season. In 15th and rotting away. But I mean, at the end of the day, you are the bigger club. You've won more trophies over the last few years, so I guess it kind of papers over the cracks a bit. But both our clubs, exact same issues. We said, I'm sorry, I keep reverting back to it. We say it all the time.
No, go on.
Shitty owners, fan base standards completely in the mud, club standards completely in the mud. Players haven't got the bottle when it matters most, majority of the time. Particularly for us. I mean, you guys, at least you get over the line in a few games.
Yeah.
But it's just, don't you agree with what I mean? It's a humiliation ritual at this point. Why should I be a part of this? If you're not giving a fuck about the fans, why should I give a fuck about you?
It's literally they treat us like customers. That's what I've reiterated many times. I've reiterated it on streams, on a bunch of streams, and I'm sure you agree with me. We're customers to them. We're not fans. We're treated as customers. We're just there to purchase their products, and their products are tickets. Their products are merchandise. They don't care about us. As long as you enter the stadium, the money's already in their pockets. They don't care about what you protest. They don't care about what you say about them. They want you out, but at the end of the day, it's their decision to sell the club. We can't decide for them. What we want is different. It's like a customer. Yeah, it's like a customer who supports the business who no longer likes the owners. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen because that's not a football club. That's just a business. Yeah. They can see the business statistics. They can see how well the business is doing, but they can't support a business like how we support a football club. That's the only difference. At least us as fans have an entitled opinion to our football clubs. customers have an entitled opinion to how certain places are run, certain businesses are run. For example, a restaurant that they've been going to, a loyal customer to a restaurant have been going to for years. A loyal customer who's been going to a restaurant for years no longer likes the service, no longer likes the workers there. They'll have every right to give them an opinion, but the owner's not going to do anything about it unless you speak to them. However, in football terms, we are fans of a football club. There's a difference. That's why a large group of fans, a large majority of us, are on the same page. We're all Glazers out. Your majority of you guys, at least half of you guys are Cronky out. Because I know a lot of people who are Cronky in. Majority of Arsenal fans who back Cronkies. I mean, from what I've seen in recent times, I've seen that people don't want to blame the Cronkies. The Cronkies are the one who set the standard first. Then Mikel Arteta follows. However, Mikel Arteta should know by now that he's bottled 2 league titles. He knows that he knows that he's not been successful. He's only won an FA Cup, and that's about it. You can't call second place a finish a success. I wanted Solskjaer out for finishing third, then second, and winning fuck all. We bottled that Europa League final. I was Oli out from the get-go. I was like, goodbye, get the hell out of here. You're finished. You can't be losing the Europa League final to Villarreal. We handed Villarreal their first ever major trophy. Their first major trophy. It should have been us versus you guys in the final. That would have fed families. That would have fed families.
You know the one Europa League final Unai Emery's lost?
Yeah.
Guess which club that was?
With Arsenal. To Chelsea.
Yeah. Thinking about that, back to my humiliation ritual point. We get slapped 4-1 by Chelsea after picking up 4 points in the run-in for the Champions League spaces, leaving us 1 point behind. We lose 4-1 to Chelsea, then Reyes dies in the car crash, and you've still got Spurs in the Champions League final after that. I mean, what is this club, man? What is this club? I mean, I deserve at least 1 Premier League title for that week alone. Christ above. Honestly, I know you hate Liverpool, but thank goodness they won. For me, from my perspective, thank goodness they won the Champions League in 2019. Because if Spurs won it, oh my word, nah.
Spurs should have won more than Pochettino. I'll be real. They should have won much more than they underachieved. They massively underachieved to get with Pochettino.
But the thing is with Pochettino, like Pochettino, the exact same as Arteta in terms of their own. I mean, leaving the COVID FA Cup aside, neither of them have won anything in a 5-year period. Both have got into title challenges and threw them both away. Granted, Poch got to a Champions League final with a negative net spend, but is Arteta ever going to do that? Probably not. Although that was an absolute fugazi anyway, but that was one of my favourite Champions League campaigns ever on the side, 18-19. Final was disappointing, but Liverpool won, Spurs lost, so I'm not bothered. So I wasn't that bothered.
Man, it should have been a Barcelona versus Juventus final that year. It should have been that. Ajax, but Juventus choked to Ajax, and Spurs choked to Ajax. Sorry, that's Ajax choked to Spurs. Excuse me, Ajax choked to Spurs, and then Barcelona massively choked to Liverpool. That was one of the biggest choke jobs I think in Champions League history. Let alone that Barca PSG game, that was one of the biggest bottle jobs by Barcelona in history. Like literally. How that team didn't get to the final is beyond a joke. That team had Griezmann, had Suarez, had Messi. Who else did they have? Coutinho, I think, was there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Coutinho was there. Jordi Alba, Iniesta was gone.
No, he retired the season before.
No, he hadn't retired yet. He left to Japan.
Okay, yeah.
He left to Japan. Had Busquets, PK, bro. That team was so good, and how they didn't make the finals is crazy. But it is what it is. We'll talk about that some other time. But at the same time, just looking at it, like, our ownership is a mess. Like, both of our clubs are a mess. Obviously, starting with you guys. I'll ask you this question, right? Who is to blame who is who do you blame most for this season as a whole? Because you could start from anywhere. You could start from the fan base. You could start from the Cronkies, Mikel Arteta, the players for. But at the same time, the players have shown that they can get results. It's just maybe the lack of reinforcement, the board, maybe the edu the no edu replacement. What does it boil down to? Where do you start from this?
Well, that's a pretty loaded question. Obviously, well, to be fair, I think the fan base are irrelevant in this because at the end of the day, they don't have a say in the club. So, and plus all this, like, I know how we say like Arsenal fans typically deluded and all that, but at the end of the day, this is social media. It's not real.
Yeah.
so no, if you speak to Arsenal fans in real life, like you're going to find a lot more level-headed fans than you'd believe online. So I think the fans are irrelevant in that case. Obviously, they can hold the club accountable. But when you lose the title by 2 points, it's not really cause for protest, is it?
Yeah.
So I'd say it's definitely the owners and the board. I'll tell you something. Yeah, reportedly there was a massive rift in the club during the summer in terms of transfer policy. I think Edu wanted who's the striker for Fulham? Not Raul Jimenez. Like Rodrigo Muniz, is that his name?
Muniz,
yeah. Edu wanted Arteta to sign him off the back of finishing second. Now, straight away, is that really the striker that's going to push us over the line?
No.
Is that going to help us overtake City, or in this case, Liverpool, when you're taking the season into account? Obviously not. So obviously he was not. Obviously, Edu wasn't really on his A game during the summer, which is partly why he left. He got overpowered by Mikel and whatnot. But with Mikel, the whole, pushing so hard to sign Mikel Merino when you got rid of a better player in Smith Rowe, in my opinion. What's that all about?
Smith Rowe's a much better player than what do you call it, some of your players. You could do with him, but respected him. He promised him game time and just kicked him out.
We could do with Smith Rowe, we could do with Fabio Vieira, we could do with Eddie Nketiah right now. And that's where I get onto the board. Arteta, he has a big say in transfers, but evidently he didn't get all he wanted in the summer because of, I think the owners were thinking more of PSR. So obviously you have to abide by the rules, but at the end of the day, you can't help but be frustrated. I said as soon as that summer's shut, our squad is now worse off. We finished 2 points behind Manchester City, right? 18 games in 2024, 16 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. That 1 defeat coming in the last 7 minutes, right? That draw coming at the Etihad. You've made the squad worse. You've completely eradicated the squad depth, particularly up front. And look where it's got us. So I feel in terms of Arsenal, the owners
overuse.
I think overall they're the biggest issue, and this summer they demonstrated that perfectly.
Massive overuse of certain players as well. Saka being one of them.
We've needed a backup for him for about 3-4 years, and the club have neglected it. So we've been really lucky with injuries. By the way, I predicted we'd win the league this year. Funnily enough,
same. I did as well because I thought, you know what it is. I thought this would be the year that you guys kind of push on, because after you guys finishing 2 points off of Man City last year, I was like, this team surely can't get any worse. This Arsenal team can't can't fall any further down. Then injuries start to pile on because of your lack of squad depth, your lack of quality off the bench. There's nobody that you can look to and be like, he can change the game for me. Nwaneri is someone that you guys have just integrated into the team. That's not someone that's gonna be that's not someone who's gonna be he's gonna win you a league title. No, you need more than that. Lewis Skelly, who's coming, I thought he's been solid, by the way. I think he can be your starting left back next season. I think Lewis Skelly can be your starting left back next year. Timber's your starting right back. That's two really good fullbacks right there. My biggest issue is your depth in the middle and your depth up top. Your defense sorted. You didn't need to sign Calafiori. You should have used that money to sign maybe Ivan Toney or maybe what's his name, Benjamin Sesko. That's where you guys should have spent. Go on.
This is where I will blame Arteta here. He said during the summer to Benjamin Sesko, "We cannot guarantee you playing time over Kai Havertz." We cannot guarantee you playing time over Kai Havertz. Let that sink in for a minute. Like, does it not scream the fact that this guy has far too much power over transfers to an extent?
Too much power. Give him too much money. 800 million.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we finished the summer with a positive net spend, if I'm not mistaken, or there and thereabouts. So the club have essentially made a profit. You know, selling the likes of Smith Rowe and Ramsdale and whatnot. The summer was an absolute shambles, and it set us back another year or so. It's just a constant cycle with this club. Honestly, there's no point in supporting this club really, because you can predict every single pissing outcome. But back to the game we were talking about. In isolation, it's actually a pretty decent point. So I'll leave it at that. Like, obviously, you have the owners and the manager and the players and whatnot, but when you look at the result in isolation, it's actually a pretty decent point for us because we're 6 points clear of first place. 3-peating second. Can't wait.
Second and Ole.
Christ above. Oh, then again, Man City will probably overtake us at this rate because we can't score for shit. So.
Nah, I think you guys will finish above Man City. I think that's where I said you guys will finish above the season. I didn't say you finish above Liverpool. I said you finish above everyone. But Man City is the one team where I think you guys finish. I think you guys will get second. Second is no problem. I think who you guys play next in the league? Who do you guys play next?
You away.
Right. And guess who's struggling to win at home?
Yeah, but guess this is the same Arsenal team that have won 3 times at Old Trafford in the league since '86.
It could be the deadest 0-0 ever. Literally, it could be the most boring 0-0 game we've ever seen because United
Super Sunday.
Sorry?
Super Sunday is going to be on. You having a laugh?
Crazy. We can't even score. We had to rely on set pieces to win against Ipswich.
We've had to rely on set pieces all season, mate.
Bro.
You see what I mean? These clubs are remarkably similar.
We scored for 3 set pieces. 2 of our defenders scored, right? 1 own goal, and we beat Ipswich with 10 men. Look, on a given day, right? If the 2 goals didn't go in, if the 2 goals that we conceded, like we didn't concede those 2 goals, it'd been more of an impressive win. But 3-2 is not impressive. It's Ipswich fucking town. It's not that impressive. Like I'm for one. I'm not happy with where we are right now. But yeah, sorry. Continue about your game, bro. Just wanted to.
Well, no, like I said, in isolation, it's actually a pretty decent point. So, title's long gone. I admit that. I told you after we drew at Stamford Bridge in November. It was almost insurmountable.
It would have been a decent point. If you guys were top of the league, it'd have been a decent point. But now it's just like, it's got.
No, but that's what I mean. And like putting into context the state of the squad and the fact that the fact that Liverpool ran away with it. Like I hate saying it because we're never going to win it, but we might as well just qualify for the top 4 Champions League. Have a massive wank about that over the summer, and then we'll go again. So, yeah. Shall we move on?
Is that why they keep Mikel Arteta? Is because of your?
That's what I think. Yeah. Yeah. As long as Arteta is finishing top 4, that guy's job is safe for eternity. We could go the next 5 years winning nothing but finishing second, or finishing 3rd or 4th for the next 5 years, and the owners would be fine with that. Because at the end of the day, it's Champions League football. It brings them the big bucks. So.
How long do you think they give Mikel Arteta? 1 more year? Do you think next year is his last straw?
Whenever he drops out of the top 4 next.
Fair. And yeah, we're gonna move on.
We don't know when that's going to be. Might be this season if we keep shooting.
No. I don't see it. I don't see it this season. I'll be honest. I don't see it this season. But yeah, we're gonna move on to which game should we talk about? Liverpool Newcastle. Well, I didn't watch the game, but what do you think of Liverpool's game? I didn't watch it. You can enlighten me on it.
Well, then again, it goes back to repeating myself. It's Liverpool so controlled, so dominant. Just they're worthy league champions. They've been absolutely phenomenal all season. I can barely count on one hand 5 mistakes that Slot has made this season. I can count not taking Trent off earlier against United when 2-1 up. Obviously losing to Plymouth, losing to Forest. That's about 3 mistakes I can think of from Slot this season, from all the Liverpool games I've seen. Yet again, Newcastle are a decent team, and Liverpool just put them to the sword with ease. And I think it's going to be the same story in the Carabao Cup final, but less on that.
Carabao Cup finals what, next week?
Yeah, I think it's next week. But yeah, Isak was injured for the game. You know, lucky Scousers. No, not in all seriousness. Obviously they've had their blood of the green this year, but at the end of the day, you've got to capitalise on that, and they've capitalised ruthlessly. They're worthy league champions, and they proved it yet again with yet another dominating performance. Dominant performance.
You Scouse bastards.
No, I like Scousers really, particularly the blue ones. I love Evertonians.
Yeah, Evertonians. Evertonians are top. Liverpool fans are, they're full of shit.
No, I've no problem with Liverpool fans. Obviously, they're arrogant and whatnot, but hey, who wouldn't be when they're 4th and when they're 13 points?
I'm ready for when Liverpool win the league. I'm ready, bro. I need to find a hiding spot. That's the thing. That's the only thing I need to do. I need to find.
I'm not going on social media all summer, mate. You're not going to hear from me for about 3 months until August.
What, Liverpool fans?
Yeah, Liverpool fan, mate. I know quite a few, and yeah, can't wait. But fair play to Liverpool. I've said it every stream. Just fair play to you lot, because you've completely capitalised on other teams being poor, I suppose, and we've done it ruthlessly, efficiently. Very good team. They're going to end the season with at least a league and cup double. What they do in the Champions League, I think, depends on the semi-final, because I think they'll play Real in the semis, and we know what Real normally do to them.
I think we're a massive, or 2 or 3 massive summer transfer windows away from probably challenging. The only thing is about getting the right signings in. You know, it depends if we can spend the right money on the right players. Because look, we United have the money. We have the money. The owners just don't want to spend it. This PSR rule is just a threat. It's a threat, right? It's not real for me. I think this PSR thing is just bullshit, right? So I think we're 2 or 3 big summer transfer windows away from actually competing for the league. I think it's about winning the cups right now, winning the trophies on the side, because I want that. Even if you're not competing for the league titles, get the trophies on the side, get some trophies in the cabinet. You know, that's the aim of sport: win trophies. You know, at the end of the day, they count your trophies at the end of the year. So Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, that's one trophy for me. That Liverpool got that one wrapped up. The league title, Liverpool are about to equal our 20th league title. That's done. Champions League, I don't see Liverpool winning that one. I think Liverpool win the cup. I think Liverpool win a double. Liverpool win the Premier League and the Carabao Cup.
So I think they get knocked out by Real Madrid in the semis.
And then the Community Shield in August. Sorry, that's what I think they'll win. That's it. They'll win all 3, unless they face us in the Community Shield. Then I think we'll win.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, I don't know. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. What I do think is, though, like, for me, it's more about when they're gonna win it, you know, rather than how they're gonna win it now. It's more about when now, and I think by April, I think they've got, like you said, April. You told me by April they'll wrap it up. So April, I think maybe April, May, we'll see. It depends on the points difference at the time. Because obviously they have a game in hand on you guys, right? So
no, we have a game in hand on them.
Sorry, yeah. You're right. They play one more game than you.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to put any pressure on them. You know, 10 points. That's quite a slippery slope, that, isn't it? Well, it is if you're Mikel Arteta, but if you're a competent manager, then you should be safe by then.
I don't think Liverpool will win the league by double-digit points. I think you guys will cut it back to like 8 points. I don't think it'll be like that. I think by the end of the season, Liverpool will want to rest players. They're not going to want to go for, because if they're still in the Champions League, they're going to throw everything at it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I feel
it's because they can afford to drop more points right now. Because you guys will drop more points. I'll be real. If they can afford to drop points. You guys will drop. I think you guys will definitely drop.
I think
But
only way Liverpool aren't hitting 90 points if they do rest players and if they don't take their last remaining game
I
seriously.
don't think Liverpool care about 90 points. I think they'll care more about the
Equal in the league title.
Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll try and get through. But I think PSG will be a tougher matchup for them now. I think
It'll be
it'll be
really tough.
it'll be tough to rotate. It depends who Liverpool are playing by then. Liverpool have got what? When did Liverpool play a big team like Chelsea? When did Liverpool play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? Because that one might be tough.
I think that's early May. I think.
Early May, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, might be mistaken.
So by then, if they beat PSG, then they'll probably be in the Champions League quarterfinals by April. The quarterfinals probably start by April because the Champions League begins next week. The Champions League is this week, actually. I think it's this week. The round of 16 is this week.
Oh, shit,
yeah, it is this week.
No.
It is this week. Yeah, it is. It is this week. So we'll definitely preview that one.
Oh Christ! Yeah, can't wait.
It is this week.
Oh,
You guys go away first, right? You guys.
Yeah, we're away in the Netherlands.
If you get a draw and come home and win, then yeah. But I don't see you guys getting to the semi-final anyways. You guys you're probably gonna get bounced out. You're gonna get bounced in the quarters.
No, we are.
Real Madrid. There's who else?
Well, we play either Real or Atleti.
You've only faced Real Madrid once in your history, right?
Yeah.
Or twice.
And we haven't lost. Yeah, twice. Round of 16, 2006. Henry at the Bernabeu in a 0-0 draw at Highbury.
Oh, okay.
Good times, man.
That was when they had like Figo and
Ronaldo, Beckham, Zidane.
I remember
Sergio Ramos.
I remember they came to Old Trafford and they lost 4-3 as well in the Classic. But we were so close to going through. So close.
You lost 3-1 in the first leg, didn't you? If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry?
You lost 3-1 in the first leg.
Yeah.
Beating them 4.
We lost 3-1. Like R9 scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford in the second leg, and then Beckham scored a beautiful free kick to make it 4-3. But that was about it. And we lost the aggregate tie. But yeah, I mean, look, what I will say is, it's definitely not been the season. It's not been the ideal season for Arsenal because we all thought that you guys would be on the up after your recent Premier League season. I thought, you know what, go and sign a striker, and Arteta's failed to sign a striker in 5 attempts. He's sold Aubameyang. He's not replaced him ever since. He's let Lacazette go, and he's not replaced Lacazette ever since. You signed Gabriel Jesus, but he's not a natural striker. He's more of a player that can play off the left-hand side for me. He's not a player that can play up top. He's a player that can play off the left. He's a tricky footballer. He's very good with his feet. But the biggest issue is you don't need a striker of that quality. You need a striker who can bag you 20, 30 goals a season. You need someone who can bag you goals that can win you league titles. And for me, you've got some decent players. You've got Trossard, you've got Nwaneri who can create for the striker. Odegaard goes missing in big games. That's the biggest issue. Odegaard
goes missing in every game of history.
Yep. Do you see the game against West Ham? He was hiding behind the defender. Another game.
I saw that clip. My word.
So,
Captain.
But yeah, Liverpool, congrats to them. I hate them, but whatever it is. They've won the league. I didn't want to talk about Liverpool. I just want to move on swiftly to.
It's not very professional, like it.
I don't care. I don't even know about Liverpool. Congrats to them.
Congratulations, Liverpool. I respect it.
They've won. It's what it is. Sir Alex Ferguson said that knocking off Liverpool was, and you can't write it. Liverpool have written it now. That's what it is.
He also said that City would never be Derby favourites in his lifetime.
No, it's every time.
Yeah, you heard that match of the day commentary.
Nah, Peter Drury comment. I think Peter Drury said it.
I think it was Guy Mowbray on BBC. Match of the day. I mean, they probably stole the same line off each other. So
if it wasn't for Sheikh Mansour, City would be in League 2.
Yeah, I know, but that's all hypotheticals, isn't it?
Yeah.
Harsh
Oh,
reality is, harsh reality is,
I kind of thank Man City in a way because I can kind of at least say that you know what they're the only club that at least shows the standards of football. They're the only club that at least has the level of standard that clubs should follow. No, I don't mean that cheating. They're not cheating. What they're doing is they're actually serious about winning. There are some things that yes, they might have done controversial off the pitch. I understand, but on the pitch, go look at the players they have. Go look at the manager they have. Go look at the signings they made. Go look at the level of standard that they have since winning the treble. That's something that I appreciate. I don't like Man City, but I appreciate the standards that they have as a football club. That's the one thing I do. But yeah, I mean, City won against Tottenham. Let's talk about the game actually. Talk about Man City. Man City Tottenham 1-0. Tottenham another loss. I think United have overtaken Tottenham now in the league. If I'm not mistaken.
better check that one.
Or the level now. I'm not so sure. Let me have a look. Actually, I think we're there. No, we're level on points. We're 5 points off of 11th spot. We're 9 points off of 10th and 9th.
That is insane.
We're 10 points off of 8th and 7th. 11 points off of 6th. 13 points off of 5th spot. 14 points off of 4th.
That's only about 5 wins.
17 points off of 3rd. Let me have a look at this. We're what, 24 points off of Liverpool? Yeah, we're 24 points off. No, sorry, 34 points off of Liverpool. Am I correct? Yeah, 34 points off of Liverpool. 34 points off of Liverpool.
Heads need to be rolling at that club, honestly. Letting your biggest rivals run away with it like that is insane.
Crazy, embarrassing.
I mean, at least Liverpool, 08-09, before United equalled their records, they put up a good fight to defend it.
So I think we're 21 points. Sorry, I'm 21 points. Yeah, we're 21 points off of 21 points off a second. So that's a wrap. I mean, top half finish, I can see it still happening if we can go on a win streak. But at the same time, do I care about it? No.
Could you have ever imagined uttering that sentence out as a Manchester United fan? I reckon we will get top. I reckon we will get top half.
I can imagine talking about eighth spot, 7th spot like that. But yes, but I can't imagine us talking about bottom half finish. Because Ruben Amorim, yeah, I will talk about Ruben Amorim, but we'll talk about Man City first.
Yeah,
Man City 1-0 against Spurs. Did you watch the game?
I watched quite a bit of it, yeah, to get a general view of it. So
yeah, City top 4. You think they're gonna get top 4?
Oh, well, without a doubt. I even said doing their worst run with like 1 win and 13. They'll get top 4. And at the end of the day, they're gonna pick it up eventually. And Pep Guardiola not finishing in Champions League sport is an absolute crisis.
Do you think they win the FA Cup as well?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
So you think
I can't have another Manchester derby final. That would just be so boring.
I think if we beat Fulham, we might get them in the next round.
No, it's luck of draw, isn't it?
That's a good chance.
Yeah, they've got to rig it in some way so we don't have another final between those two. Christ above.
They probably will. Knowing us, they probably will. They probably will. But yeah, City won 1-0. That's their second ever win in the Premier League away at Tottenham.
Don't remind me of last year. No. I better pass that one.
Nah, Spurs were never winning that game. Spurs always gonna let City win that game. They know the rivalry thing. They were never gonna win against.
It's like on the final day of 1999. They took the lead at Old Trafford, didn't they? and then they conveniently let it slip. So
yeah,
I mean, if that was Arsenal in Tottenham's position, I'd do the exact same thing. So. Yeah, I can't blame them.
I forgot who scored for Spurs. Was it Les Ferdinand that scored for Spurs in the final? On the final, it was Les Ferdinand, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah,
Intrigues me.
yeah, it was Les Ferdinand that scored for Spurs. Yeah, I think it was Les Ferdinand,
This feels dirty even looking it
and
up.
then Beckham and then Andy Cole. Andy Cole over
Was
Walker.
that Andy Cole the lob over the keeper?
Yep, Andy Cole over Walker. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I get it over
Beckham
Walker?
with a good goal.
Oh, yep. That Martin Tyler. I still remember that Martin Tyler commentary. Can I get it over Walker? Oh, Andy Cole, and yeah, that was class. That was
Yeah,
class.
it was Les Ferdinand. Fair enough.
Yeah, Les Ferdinand.
You were still winning the league at half time because we were 0-0 with Villa at that point. Fucking hell. Oh, good for us.
Arsenal, man. But nah, City definitely getting top four. That's done. That's done. Tottenham. Do you think they finish bottom half? Tottenham.
That's really difficult to say because there's only 12 games left, which is insane because it feels like the season's dragged on forever. Oh, which it has in a way.
I would love to win every game as a United fan, but I don't see it happening.
Well, both of our clubs aren't going to win every game from now on. I mean, we've got troubles at Anfield, for fuck's sake.
You could win every game. You could win every game and you still wouldn't win the league, in my opinion. So
yeah, exactly.
It's done. That's done.
But Spurs top half. I mean, who even cares, mate? Who even cares? But, I don't know. Honestly, they're so inconsistent. The fight for Europe is so inconsistent. I don't know how many points they are. This is horrendously unprofessional. I do apologise, but I need to look up the table.
No. Please don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
I just need to look up the Premier League table to see where we're dealing with.
Oh, good, man. And yeah, people, make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Let's get to 145. Like I said on the last stream. 2 subs.
You know what? I'll say no. They're 9 points away from Aston Villa in 10th. So, I feel it will be a typical Spurs Premier League finish. You know, around 11th, 12th. Oh, that's not even being rude. That is like the average position outside the.
I don't really have much to say about Man City. I mean, they just need to get the job done on the weekend against Plymouth, and then they're through to the quarterfinals. That's it.
Yeah, they'll win that about 4-5-0.
5.
Fair enough. City, they played really well for the first half hour.
Yeah,
they should have scored more. I think Sabine had a really good chance. Spurs were shocking, from what I remember. I think it took them until the end of towards the end of half time to get a shot on target. Obviously, they had Kulusevski on the bench. They had Son on the bench, if I'm not mistaken, for some reason.
Mm-hmm. I think so. They had Kulusevski on the bench.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure why, but he came on. He made a bit of a difference, but I never really thought City were in much danger. And obviously, Haaland scored a second, which was ruled out. I don't know why, but it was. So, instead of 2-0, it's only 1-0. But City still get the 3 points.
It was a foul, I think.
I thought it was a handball. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that because City had won it. But
handballs can be considered as fouls at the end of the day. It's a foul.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a foul play, so yeah.
It's a foul somewhere. So
yeah.
I don't think City are too concerned at the goal difference at the minute. At this stage of the season, it's just getting results under the bag.
Yeah,
so.
they're definitely going to get top 4, and we all know they're going to be in for a summer transfer window that will probably remember for a long time.
It's going to be unprecedented in English football.
It is.
It's going to be on par with Real Madrid 2009.
Oh,
I think. Like in terms of the stature of the players they're bringing in, and in terms of the money spent, when you factor in inflation from 2009 to 2025, it's going to be insane. Bear in mind they haven't spent much over the last few summer windows, so they've got plenty of space to splash the cash. They're cantering to the league next year. I can't lie.
They possibly will, yeah. Any other games that we missed out on? I think with the Newcastle game, Liverpool-Newcastle, we spoke about Liverpool already.
Spurs-Ipswich. Oh no.
United. We'll talk about the United game. Chelsea beat Southampton 4-0. Convincing win. Chelsea in the top 4 hopes. They're only 2 points off Forest, so they're gonna need to, they're definitely gonna need these wins when so. Because
Brighton, Bournemouth.
Yeah, sorry.
Brighton, Bournemouth.
Not really much to talk. I mean, you were at the game, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bournemouth challenging for the Champions League, Brighton fighting for Europe. I mean, that's pretty decent. It was a really good game, actually.
I reckon they'll get top 6. Bournemouth will get top 6.
Bournemouth Europa League, I reckon.
I think Europa League. I think Villa Conference League. The way things are going, I think Villa might get Conference League.
Well, they lost 4-1 to Palace, didn't they?
Are Fulham in the shout for a Conference League? Are Brighton as well in the shout for a Conference League?
It's well congested around there.
It'll be a battle for between Fulham, Brighton, and what is it? Not Brentford. Let me have a look. For the Conference League,
there's 4 points separating Aston Villa and Brentford between 10th and 11th. Although Villa have played a game more.
If Brentford win against whoever they play next, they're behind Aston Villa by 1 game. So if they win their game, that's 1 point off Aston Villa. There will be 7th place gets Conference League.
I think it is, although it might be 8th this season with like the added Champions League place.
Right.
And all that. If United or Spurs win the Europa League, they might push it down to the top 9.
That's not happening anymore.
You don't think so?
I think United might. If we get past Sociedad, then okay, maybe there's a chance. Who knows? I believe after the game. I'll talk about it after the game. We have Sociedad next week, so yeah, early kickoff as well. So I don't mind that. Don't mind about the early kickoff thing. And I guess that's it. I mean, of other clubs, United next, and then I think we'll wrap up. I don't really have much. I don't really have much to talk about Premier League today. I'm so annoyed about my club, man. Look, 3-2 win against Ipswich. I got nothing much to complain about the result. The result was fine. I think the result was a good result. Like we won with 10 men. What we do? Like apparently you can't win with 10 men, right? Lost to Copenhagen, lost to Galatasaray, lost to who else with 10 men? I don't even know.
Spurs.
Oh yeah, Spurs. We had chances to score and we didn't score. But it's okay, man. Can't win with 10 men apparently. But it's okay. We beat Ipswich in the relegation battle. Fine, no problem. 3-2. Good win. And yeah, hopefully we build on from this. Hopefully we go on a win. Hopefully we go on a winning run now.
Not much to say then.
Hope we go on a winning run. And I'll talk about Ruben Amorim in a bit. Ruben Amorim, yeah. Like, look, I want this guy to succeed at United, and I think he has the credentials to succeed. I think he's got the mindset as a manager. But there are certain things that he does that really, really piss me off. One, right, his substitutions really, really, really upset me. It's like who he brings on for. Like you bring on a fullback when you're chasing a goal. At times, you bring on a fullback, right, when you're chasing a goal. I remember we brought on Anthony against Victoria Plaza. I know it worked, and we won the game. But still, like there are certain substitutions that just don't work, and there are certain formations like a 3-4-3. Why do you still keep persisting with the 3-4-3? It's not going to win you any games like this. Go look at the Everton game, for example. Sometimes, you play Casemiro Ugarte pivot. That works. The comeback against Everton, we should have won that game. In the second half, we should have won that game. Garnacho is a petty little child, by the way. You see what he did? You saw what he did?
Walking off the pitch.
Walk away. And now he apparently offered to pay for dinner. Bollocks.
PR stuff again.
PR again,
I mean, Ratcliffe isn't going to pay for it, is he?
But apparently it's okay. Our fans can get upset at Ronaldo for walking down the tunnel, but they'll allow Garnacho because of his age.
Wow. That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
Crazy. Our fans wanted Ronaldo off walking down the tunnel, but Garnacho done the same. I know he'd been sent off, but still, Garnacho didn't even return. He didn't even come back. He didn't even come back to the game. He didn't even come back, bro. He went down the tunnel and never showed his face again that day.
Pathetic.
but it's okay. Ronaldo could walk down the tunnel and he's no longer a club legend. Wow. Had the same standards for the same players. Crazy. This sums up modern day football fans, man. Really does sum up modern day football fans. Look, sometimes people can agree or disagree with what Ronaldo did. Yeah, you don't have to agree with what he did, but not to call him a club legend anymore for just doing that is crazy. Like, he just walked down the tunnel because he was upset at the manager, and at the end of the day, you always Ten Hag out. So at what cost? At what cost? You know, they always Ten Hag out at the end of the day. So it's okay. I don't know what it takes for this manager to change things, but he has to change things fast, and we need to pick up results. You need to work with what you've got. You can't just go into a business. You can't just walk into an office and be like, I can't work with the staff. I need my own staff. No, work with what you've got.
That's a good analogy.
It is.
Really good.
You've got to work with what you've got. You can't just be like, oh, I need my own staff. No.
So that's brilliant. Imagine someone actually having the audacity to do that. I'd pay to see that. That's
Sorry,
brilliant.
say that again.
I'd pay for someone to do. I'd pay to see someone do that. I mean, imagine having the audacity to say that. That'd be brilliant.
Bro, Jurgen Klopp walked into Liverpool, right? And what did he do? He got him to a Europa League final in his half
and a League Cup final.
And a League Cup final. But luckily, you're not glad they lost both. It's okay. But it is what it is. I mean, I can't really it's hard for me to just go and say. It's really hard for me to say, oh, but United this, United that. It's I can't really talk, bro. It pains me, like it really pains me to talk about United right now. We can do whatever we want right now. We can win the next game. Okay, against Fulham, it might make you feel better because it's a cup game. It's an FA Cup game.
Sorry, that analogy.
It's fine.
That analogy is class, man. Honestly, sorry. Yeah, carry on. I'm locked in now.
It's true though. But I'll even give you a crazy example. Mikel Arteta won the FA Cup with Unai Emery's staff.
Exactly. He could work with his staff, couldn't he? Fuck's sake, man. Okay, no, I'm locked in. Don't worry. I'm not gonna laugh.
Mourinho won the FA Cup. Not FA Cup. He won the League Cup and the Europa League with LVG squad. Half of LVG squad. And he won. He added 4 players. He added 4 new staff, and he won the Europa League. And we got back to the Champions League in 6th spot. We can't even do that in 15th, bro. We can't even win the Europa League in 15th. That's how crazy.
There's a difference in standards. You know what Mourinho said? What's considered a disaster for me is a great success for others.
Bro, sorry, I interrupt you. Look at the names on paper in the Europa League. I look at our team. This team should be in the Europa League final. It should be, but we're not going to be because this team is just they've down tools. The manager's not going to change the system up. They're not going to change the formation up. If you want to sell players, get the best out of them so you get good value for them.
Yeah. I honestly think you guys have a chance of Europa League glory. I'm not even taking the piss. I just think you could scam something out of it.
We do, but it depends if we get past Real Sociedad or not. That's the thing. Get past Sociedad.
But I hear what you say with Mourinho, like coming in, getting his own staff and getting his players in. And like with Ruben Amorim, like he's saying he can't do that. But at the end of the day, it's what Mourinho said. What's considered a disaster for me is considered a great success for others.
Don't make me talk about water, man. Oh, crikey. That's hilarious.
Okay. I'm locked in. Don't worry. No, but with Mourinho, like it shows how low your standards have gone since his appointment.
Gotta have fun in shit times.
It shows the standard. It shows how far your standards have dropped since.
Yeah.
Since Mourinho left. I mean, appointing Ole, that just puts you on such a bad trajectory.
I'll be real. Ole, at the time, it wasn't like, I was upset at the appointment. I was like, you know what? He actually gave me some good wins. I was like, you know what? I was so over the moon with that PSG win. Like, that, trust me, I was up there. That PSG win was like one of the best results I've ever seen. And then what happens? We're going to lose to Arsenal away, and then the results just go falling down from there.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have won the Europa League, should have won the Carabao Cup, should have won the FA Cup. How many in his 5 years? Yeah, how many trophies is that he bottled?
Well, Ole.
Yeah, when he came in, we had the Champions League. I know that's his interim season, so that doesn't count much.
Champions
Okay.
League, FA Cup.
First full season, he had the Europa League. We made the semi-final. We lost in the Carabao Cup
Semi-final.
We lost
And you
in
lost in the FA Cup semi-final.
FA Cup semi-final. So we could have won 3 trophies that year, all lost in the semi-final. Right? That's 3 trophies bottled. Premier League. Liverpool blew everyone out. Second season, we lost in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup again. We lost in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup to Leicester, who were the eventual winners. Fair play to Leicester. Great Leicester City side at the time. Lost the Europa League final to Villarreal. That's 6 trophies now bottled. Premier League, to be fair, we had a good run to the end of the year. So I'm like, you know what? We kind of bottled that one as well. We were top in January. We lost to Sheffield United and we crumbled from there.
Now you look like genuine contenders.
We could have won the league that year. Go look at our schedule from January to the end of the season. We had an easier schedule than Man City. We even beat Man City as well. We could have been top. We could have been top, bro. We beat Man City 2-0.
I remember when I think Pogba missed an absolute sitter at Anfield, which would have ended Liverpool's home unbeaten run in January.
Pogba, Rashford, and Bruno missed a sitter in that game. All 3 missed sitters. Liverpool's Anfield record could have ended that day to the hands of United, but guess what? Ended up losing to the hands of
Burnley
1-0.
No, that gave us the iconic tunnel incident between Klopp and Dyche, didn't it?
I didn't even know about that. And then, what was it? The year after that, he lost the Carabao Cup to West Ham 1-0. That's West Ham.
Yeah,
that's West Ham's first Old Trafford win in so long, right? And people want to blame Ronaldo. Ronaldo didn't even play that game. Ronaldo's the problem apparently. And then we lost in the FA Cup to he got sacked before our games in the Champions League, a game against Villarreal and stuff. So yeah, we were already like 4 points off top 4 when Ole got sacked or something like that. So yeah. At the same time though, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked at the right time. He's been sacked at the right time, and look, warranted. He bottled way too many trophies. People can talk about the football, the results. Louis van Gaal got so much disrespect by United. So much disrespect that Ten Hag got a free pass. Free pass. This guy got a free pass, and he stayed on, and things got worse. LVG, people are so obsessed with academy players and young players. Go look at Louis van Gaal's FA Cup winning squad. How many academy players they had in the squad that day? Fosu Mensah was in the squad. Rashford was in the squad. Who else was there? Who else was in the squad? I can't remember.
Did you count Lingard?
Lingard scored the winning goal.
We won with right back like Vallejo or something.
Bro, we won the FA Cup with 10 men. 10 men. FA Cup 10 men. Bro, we won the FA Cup with 10 men. And he got booted for it. And fair play, we appointed Jose Mourinho, who did more, right? That was the most serious I ever saw United post Sir Alex Ferguson. We sacked LVG for a world-class manager in Jose Mourinho. That was the most serious I ever saw United. Ever since then,
Louis van Gaal was considered a world-class manager,
bro. The Glazers sacked managers faster than Ineos have. The Glazers would have sacked Ten Hag. They would have sacked him in the summer if Ineos didn't come in, right? They would have sacked Ten Hag. It was Ineos. It was what's the geezer's name again? Dan Ashworth's decision to keep Ten Hag, and Sir Jim didn't want him to stay. So Sir Jim should have stepped in, but he didn't because he's a pussy. He can't even run the club with his own words. He allows his staff to run the club. If he wants the best for United, why don't you step in and say things? Oh wait, you can't because you're a liability. He's a liability. He needs to go. So Jim needs to go. I don't like Ineos. I'm done with Ineos. Ineos needs to go. Glazers needs to go. Glazers have to go. Ineos have to go. way too many errors and mistakes that they've done in the past. Over the 20 years, they've ruined my football club. Glazers ruined my football club, and protests have stopped for no reason. Keep singing Glazers out all you like. No, they're not going to go.
Isn't there a planned protest for the Arsenal game?
Yep, it is. But guess what? It should have been done. It should be done every home game, not the Arsenal game.
There's still going to be about 70,000 fans in the stadium.
Go look at Chelsea's protest against Southampton. They were protesting outside, and one fan said, "We're not Arsenal. Win or fuck off." Do you see that banner?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I've seen Lee Gunner say he wants him on the channel.
He got him on, and you know who his dad was?
Who?
I forgot his name, but you know Dewberry?
Dewberry, Kozia Dewberry?
No, the defender.
No. Dewberry.
Yeah, Dewberry. Let me have a look.
You're going to have to send me something about him. I feel like I should know this guy.
Michael Dewberry. Michael Dewberry, yep. Michael Dewberry. That's it. That's his dad. The guy who the Chelsea fan went on Ligue 1's channel, his dad is Michael Dewberry.
Nice, fair play.
Yep. And he was caught on the camera with the sign saying "Win or fuck off." We're not Arsenal. We're not Arsenal. Win or fuck off. Excuse me. So that's what I mean. Like, at least some people have a level of standard for the football club, and a lot of fans don't have accountability anymore nowadays. It's a lack of accountability. That's the biggest issue, and we're still in the mud. We're gonna be in the mud for good. We should never have stopped the protests. Even when Ronaldo signed, we should have continued those protests. Ronaldo himself even said that Manchester United are a poorly run football club in an interview that broke the internet. And you all got upset at him for saying that because he was an employee of the football club. And called him and you called him, oh, he's no longer a legend for saying that. Are you not happy with him saying Glazers out? And guess what happened? There was change. Ineos came in. There was change. The moment Ronaldo said something, there was change. There was news of the Glazers leaving the next day.
Didn't he say that your training ground hasn't changed since 2009?
Yep. The jacuzzi, the treadmills, the machinery, everything. The chefs haven't changed. Okay, that's not the biggest issue. The chefs and stuff haven't changed. That's not the issue. My biggest issue is the training. The equipment hasn't been changed. Old Trafford's been rotten to the core, right? When the Glazers took over, Old Trafford was still like a brand new stadium. Like, they've been renovating Old Trafford year in, year out. Ever since then, the Glazers have neglected Old Trafford. All we've done to Old Trafford is change the tunnel, the way the players walk out. That's it. We've done nothing ever since. We've added Wi-Fi. We've added a screen, but that's like a small screen behind in the stands. You're not gonna show the screen, like you're not gonna show like the scoreboard or whatever. Can't show the game highlights or whatsoever on that screen, right? There's no like upgrades to the stadium. The roofs are still leaking. The toilet's leaking with piss.
There's rats on the pitch.
Rats on the pitch. If it's like mice that on grass, that's fine. That's gonna happen at every stadium, right? But like the actual rats, bro. Like it's becoming an issue now, and that's what I mean. There's concrete falling from the stadium. The stadium has been neglected, bro. The stadium has been neglected. I won't be surprised, and I really hate to say this, and I don't know if I'm gonna get canceled for saying this, but I don't know if Old Trafford's gonna fall apart like completely. Like you just never know how badly neglected the stadium is. You just never know when the stadium could just crash down and fall apart. You just never know. It's been neglected for so many years. There's hardly been any renovations. There's hardly been any upgrades to the stadium. There's hardly been any work done. The training ground's still the same old. If you can start with that and then let Old Trafford renovate, right? You can allow fans to go watch you play your league game at the training ground, rather than waiting for the stadium to be done, because the stadium will be done in 2 years. Where will we play our games? On the at the same Old Trafford? At the same
That's a
Old
good
Trafford?
point.
While
You
the
might play
stadium's
them
being
at Goodison Park.
that,
So,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Old Trafford cricket ground. Old Trafford cricket.
yeah, it might as well. Decent enough space.
That'd be
Aston
nice.
Villa 2-0 up against Cardiff, by the way. 5 minutes
Last
to go.
last time I checked, there was 0-0.
A 2-0
But
Villa. Asensio with a double. Was that a
oh,
market opportunity, Mr. Mika?
Marcos. Yep, that's the same Asensio that scored in the Champions League final. Yep, that's him. He scored 4 goals since being at Villa now. More goals than Rasmus Højlund has scored all this season in the Premier League. Crikey.
Christ, that is insane. I think he's wait a minute. I think he's level on Premier League goals with Jesus as well.
And guess who got an assist? Marcus Rashford for him yet again.
Forming up a nice little partnership, them two, aren't they?
Yep. Where was this for Manchester United, Rashford? Where was this for United? Oh yeah, didn't want to work hard.
Fair enough, man. I mean, would you not blame the manager for that? Not blame the coaching staff for his lack of effort or desire?
Yeah. For sure.
Fair enough, mate. Oh well, I said that at the beginning. Both our clubs, we suffer from the same issues, but you guys in particular. I mean, how can it possibly get that bad? Even if you don't have an interest in football, how are you going to invest in a major club in another country and let that biggest stadium in England decay?
Bro, they tried to buy a cricket team in India, I think. They tried to buy a cricket team in India, I think, the Glazers, and they failed. Serves them right. They're not going to run a cricket team properly. What's the point? Might as well not buy a sports team. You just go back to America and run the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, please. Don't bother running my football club, man. You've run into the ground. You know, I don't. You know what it is? I hate certain football clubs, but I wouldn't even wish this on them. I wouldn't even wish this on them, bro. Like it's that bad. I wouldn't even wish this on Liverpool, for God's sake. I wouldn't even wish that. I mean, FSG, like, to be fair to you, FSG is they're not great owners either, John Henry. But what do I know? Like I said, bro, when you said about the fans, right? How they've allowed this to happen, right? The fans themselves have stopped protesting. The fans themselves don't no longer protest. They no longer care about the protests. They no longer care about, you know, how the clubs have been run, how you know, it's not that they don't care, but they don't protest. They don't voice their opinions anymore. They never should have stopped protesting since lockdown. Since that Liverpool game that got cancelled, it never should have stopped. Even the day Ronaldo signed, we should have protested. Do you know the day Ronaldo signed? Do you know how many cameras were on Ronaldo? Bro, imagine the protest outside Old Trafford. Imagine the protests outside Old Trafford on that day when millions of people are watching our game because Ronaldo returns Old Trafford. Bro, that could have broken that could have had a record-breaking views with the protests. And you know, if you stop putting money into their pockets, people keep talking about walkouts, walk out from the stadium, don't walk out from the ground, make your voices heard. Why would you originally do a walkout in the first place? Don't even bother walking in, let alone walk out. Don't even bother walking in. Because if you walk in, you've already put money into the Glazers' pockets. You've already scanned your tickets. They don't care about the money they don't care about you walking out or leaving the stadium. They don't kind of care. They're not going to say anything to you. They'll do something about the money not being not going to their pockets. They'll do something about that because guess what? It's money that they will take off from the club. It's money that they'll take off from the club. So they're gonna do something about it. If you keep on lowering this, if you keep on helping the stocks go down, if you keep on if you allow the stocks to go down further and further and further, if you keep on letting sorry, I can't even fucking talk. I'm so upset. If you keep on letting the stocks drop, right? Let the stocks drop. Let the sales go down. Right? Don't bother buying things from the merchandise shop. Don't from the club shop. Don't even bother going to the games. Stay outside. Hold up the banner, and get the glazes out. Because I'm genuinely sick and tired of the standards being lowered in my football club. All they care about is top four, top four, top four, top four, and the fans are going along with it. Top four, top four, top four, top four. What is top four? It's just a position, not a success. I've been saying this many, many times. Top four is a position, not a success. You can celebrate top four if you win a cup. Don't celebrate top four alone. You can celebrate getting Champions League after getting an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Don't bother celebrating a Champions League alone. It's not worth it. You can you can get top four. You can be like, do you know what? We got top four. We got the FA Cup as well. Celebrate that. Don't just celebrate. Oh yeah, we got top four. Or we'll scrap the FA Cup and get top four. No, I want to win trophies. Yeah, and I also want these owners to get out of my club, man. I don't know what to say, man. I'll leave you say, bro. I'm so annoyed.
My say on what? Manchester United. My thoughts on your family's allowance.
Just everything I said, I guess.
Well, I mean, you often reference the AC Milan fans emptying the San Siro in order to get the owners out. Now, what they're doing there is they're directly hurting the pockets of the owners, and that makes them notice. There's not, in my personal opinion, it's no good holding up a banner when you're in the stadium because you've already put the money in the owners' pockets. Now, what's the point? Like, it's just a publicity stunt, if anything, in my opinion. So if you actually just don't go, if you actually just stop spending 300 quid on a ticket or whatever, then you're doing your part. As long as you're not buying merch to glorify the club's failure, like I have this season, then at least you're doing your part. At least you're making yourself useful in terms of helping out your club. But obviously, people are free to disagree on that, and I don't mind. So it's not an echo chamber; it's a free space. But for me, I don't see the point in just holding up a banner when you're in the stadium. You've already put money in the owner's pockets. Most effective way of getting them out is to cut down on buying merch and cut down from attending the games. We even did it with Wenger. They weren't even considering getting rid of Wenger at the end of the season in 17-18 until that Man City game, where it was nigh on empty. I think there were nearly more Man City fans than there were Arsenal fans in that stadium. See, the owners do take notice when people are not watching their product because it shows that there's something wrong.
Which game were you talking about? There were more City fans than Arsenal fans in the stadium?
It might not be that, but it was bloody close. March 2018, just after they beat us 3-0 in the Carabao Cup final, they beat us 3-0 in the league. Aubameyang missed a penalty.
There were more City fans than Arsenal fans at the game?
Might have been a bit of a hyperbole, but honestly, it wasn't that close.
I don't think so.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think so.
It was genuinely close. The stadium was nigh on empty at the home end. I mean, put it this way, you could hear more Man City fans than you could any Arsenal chants throughout the entire game. See, the owners take notice of that.
You can hear more of the away fans most of the games, regardless.
Fans... that's what I mean. You didn't hear the home fans at all. There were no chants from my recollection. I know it was 7 years ago, but it was genuinely a funeral atmosphere.
Oh, bro, trust me.
With the one drunk uncle passing in the background, you know, like that's what it felt like. Like the owners do take notice. It's no conspiracy. It's just logic. But I feel Manchester United are too big of a club to simply do that. I feel the global appeal of the club is so big there's going to be so many people that are going in via turnstiles if there's tickets available. And at the end of the day, the Glazers won't know any different.
The Glazers are not going to want any different. The Glazers are just going to be, they're just going to sit there and not give a crap. Why don't you start protesting when the Glazers are at Old Trafford? When you know the Glazers are there, the Glazers can enter the stadium. Why don't you protest outside the stadium so when the Glazers go inside, they'll be like, where the fuck are the people? Oh, wait, they're outside protesting to get you cunts out of my club. Make a statement, for God's sake. Stop hiding behind feelings. It's that embarrassing, bro. Our fan base are an embarrassment. That's where the biggest problem is. It's our fan base. It has to start from them before it can start from anywhere else. The fan base sends the message, then the owners take action. But the owners are not going to take action because you guys aren't doing anything about it. I'm here in Thailand. I can't do anything about it. All I can say is send a message. I can send a message to you guys, but I can't do the protest because I'm not in a place where the Glazers have interest in. They don't care about us. They don't need to care about us. The match-going fans are who they might care about more. The match-going fans are the one they care about. Yes, broadcasting rights and all that, but broadcasting rights won't make as much money as the match-going fans, because the match-going fans, they have season tickets. They've got tickets from websites, partners with United. I remember there was a time where the United fans are doing a protest boycotting, this sponsor, that sponsor. I think apparently some of the sponsors lost money in viewership, or one of the websites as well. I can't remember what it was, but it was one of the websites I think that lost viewership. I don't know what it was, but it was one of them. I think United fans did something about Team Viewer as well, and then Team Viewer stopped sponsoring us last year. So that's what I mean, bro. Like, we can protest all we like, but there needs to be more than that. We need to hurt their pockets in every way possible. Try and help websites of sponsors. Like for example, Nissin. Like Nissin, like the noodle company or something that sponsors Team Viewer. Try and do something about the websites, because that's where the Glazers also make money from. They also make money from, I think, the website as well. I think I don't know website, but you can correct me. But they make money off of the revenue from certain sponsors. I think I'm not so sure.
I don't see why they won't. Seems pretty logical.
But that's where I said like it starts. It starts from the fans. It can't just start from the owners itself. It has to start from the fans.
Fans are the lifeblood of any club. I say this time and again. Yeah. Without any fans, there's no football club.
You got anything more to say about this, or you gonna?
That's what I was saying. Without fans, there is no football club. I don't think the average fan, particularly in England, realise how much power they actually have. Genuinely. Because if you're not turning up to the games, the owners are going to notice, and they're going to know that there is serious change needed. And I know it's a rare instance, but when Ronaldo comes out, a player with that much of a public presence, and you said the Glazers were looking to sell the club the next day, maybe the players need to hold some accountability as well, like he did. Because he was trying desperately to push your club back to where it belongs, but instead they took the opposite direction and got worse.
You summed it up, bro. Summed it up well. I think we'll wrap it up here. The more I talk about my club, the more I'm just gonna get emotional, man. I'm so sick of my club being on the down, but we need to get back. We need to get back on top. But yeah, Josh, thank you for hopping on again, bro. It's really appreciate it, man.
No worries, man.
I'll see you for the Champions League show. I think on Tuesday. I think you guys got PSV, yeah.
Yeah, we do. We do have PSV.
I'll see you for the Champions League show and I think Premier League show as well on Friday.
Sounds good.
Make sure you guys hit the like button. March is ending in a bit. Let's get the subscribers up to 145 people. The link is in the quote tweet. show us some love in the chat if you like. Make sure you keep the comments respectful as always. So I'll definitely be responding. I'll definitely be reading the chats. And yeah, I'll see you. Thank you, Josh, for hopping on once again. I'll see you on Friday. Oh, sorry, I'll see you on Tuesday, isn't it, for the Champions League show, the European show. All right.
See you then.
United, please beat Fulham. Otherwise, I might just be done with the manager.
Arsenal, you're shit.
As per. But yeah, take care. Glazers out, Ineos out. Take care. Peace. Good evening.